Yes, yes, yes. You are in tune to. What are you in tune to? What are you in tune to? What are you in tune to? My brain is frazzled. You're in tune to Boxing Talk with Rafi. Let's get this thing started the way we usually do. Yes, yes, yes. This is Boxing Talk with Rafi. Okay. I think you all know what the topic is. Let me stop sharing that. Well, as a matter of fact, rat-tat-tat-tat, let me do a little bit of an experiment. I'm always experimenting, experimentation. Okay, let me play around with this 1 2 1 2. Is my mic live? Is my mic live? I hope so. Okay, let me just do something. Let me just see something. Yes, yes, yes. That was the look I was aiming for. But that is not the picture in the background that I was aiming for. So hold tight. Let me just remedy that. Let me make it a little bit more representative. What is this one here? Is that it? Does that look better? What about this one? No. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. Music seems low. Too low. When I get the picture I want. Hold on. How's this look? Uh-oh. That's a controversial one. What about that one? Uh-oh. Oh, no. Tyson, where are you? Where are you? We're talking about you today. Come on. Let's get... Oh. There's a little bit of fury. There's a little bit of the fist of fury right there. Okay. Could go with this one. Excellente. Excellente. Okay, we've nailed it. We've nailed it. Okay, you are in tune to Boxing Talk with Rafi, and the title of this piece is Was Tyson Fury Lineal Champion for the Wilder v. Fury 1? And we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. This has been a research project. And damn. Just when I thought I knew the answers, I'd read another article which would say something which is contradictory to the previous article. And then I'd read another one, and that would be contradictory also. It has been madder, I tell you. Thought I'd be ready. I thought I was ready to go. Then I just, let me just have a look at this one. Boom, boom, boom. Another contradiction. Throw another contradiction in the pot, in the stew. And obviously, Rafi, I like to get deep. I like to get deep into this shiznix. OMG. Okay. All right. So Hugo, who's Hugo? Who's Hugo? Is there a Hugo? Damn, they should have one. The Hungarian, what is that? The Hungarian branch of the Furies? Is that the Hungarian branch? Yes. I had to get him in on there, just keep the peace. The combat radio robot, the crushing capability of his paws is not to be messed with. It's quite astonishing. It's quite astonishing. It's been, I'm not going to say it's a headache because Rafi rarely gets headache, but damn, it certainly did raise my body temperature. OMG, that's not what I've heard. What was I going to say? The easiest thing is just to press the button, go when you're ready to go. But me, I like to have things pre-planned to a certain extent. But that can go slightly Pete-tongue. At least you know that I'm getting ready to go live. At least I tell the people to be prepared for another installment of the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio Live. So, without much further ado, let's get into it. Okay, in the house, we got James Jameson. We got the we got the Dixon ciders, Dixon vinegars. Who else we got? We have the Rays. Indeed, pump up the jam. Cal Blundell. That looks. I think that what Cal Blundell. I think Cal Blundell. Let me just take care of Cal Blundell. As a matter of fact, rat-tat-tat-tat. Let's get the sound check. Let's get the sound check going. And what's going on? Blundell. That looks. I think that one. Yes, Blundell. The Blundell is another. The Blundell is another one of Dixon vinegars. Dixon vinegars, figments of imagination. Where are we? Okay. Okay. So who else we got? We got the Iron Kong up in the building. Where are we? Okay, so Joshua would be the new lineal champ if Fury claimed it from Vlad when Lennox retired. Then he himself retired. Then the consensus number one after Fury retired was Joshua. Indeed, there is an argument for that, no doubt. Where are we? You're including Dixon vinegars in that. Okay, so we got Uncle Burnt apostrophe up in the building. Okay, and first of all, we got to get this public notice in. We got to get this public notice in. Where's my face? So we got some FaceTime. Damn, it's a little bit dark, so maybe I just get some of my devices crunked up. Let there be light up in the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio Studio. And let's kill the volume on this. We don't want no problems with this. Okay, first and foremost, obviously, I was looking into Lineal. Again. And when was it? Yesterday? Yesterday, when I said that Deontay Wilder would not be able to claim Lineal if he beat Tyson Fury in the third fight. Well, that was incorrect, mundo. You know, sometimes you're in the flow, and you overlook certain things. So let me be clear. We got a bit of light now. So okay, we got a little bit of light now. So let me be clear. When I said that Deontay Wilder would not be able to claim linealship if he beat Tyson Fury, that was incorrect. However, so I want to state that. However, you know, it's kind of tricky. It's kind of tricky how the thing works, but we're going to go into it. We're going to go in deep. We're going to have a forensic examination of the Ringmagazine title and the Ringmagazine lineal-ish. Okay? So, be clear. Let's be clear. I retract my earlier statement of yesterday that Deontay Wilder would not be able to claim lineal if he beat Tyson Fury in the third fight. That statement is retracted. Okay, so let's be clear about that. Cool and the gang. You know, a lot of people make mistakes and they just leave them there. Hope nobody notices. Don't say anything about it, but you know, the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio, I come back with the retraction immediately. The next show. There's no messing around. There's no pretending. There's no acting like I didn't say it. If I said it, I said it. And if it was wrong, I'll retract it and correct it. Which is what I'm doing now. Okay, so that statement has been retracted and corrected. But we're gonna go into some details. We're gonna pull up the receipts. Raphael Dawkins, you know, over here I pull up receipts. You get the receipts, and as a matter of fact, rat-tat-tat-tat. Damn. A friend of mine's just gone live. I hope you don't think that I did this live in response to his live. No. Having said that, I posted this up some time ago. Did I not? Posted this up some time ago. So I was supposed to have gone live. When? Did I originally say 9:30? Yeah. So about 40. I think I said it earlier than that. It was 9. It was originally 9:05. So I posted this up a long time. So I hope my friend doesn't think gone live because he's gone live. I'm not that type of guy. I scheduled this some time ago, so hope that is clear. But there's something I need to do. What is it? What do I need to do? Okay, I know what I need to do. Before I start to show the receipts. There is something I need to do, and let me do that right now. No time like the present. No time. Copy that. Let's get this thing corposetic. Let's share this thing. Let's share this thing out to the people. Let's copy that. And let's share it out. Sharing is caring. Let's go. Boom. Shares in a number of places. Deux, tres, quatre. I think that's enough. Is that enough? Yeah, I think that is enough. Okay, enough sharing. So now I can stop that, close that down. And what the hell just happened anyway? What the hell did I just see? Okay, that's good. What else? Yeah, okay. Everything is corposet. And I think we're ready to dive into this thing. Okay, so what's going on? Okay, so Fury and Joshua need to really fight. It would stop the Lineal controversy. I got Joshua taking all the titles. What say everyone? Okay. What's going on here? Ringmagazine is not the Lineal title. I don't know what you mean. The Ringmagazine is the Ringmagazine. What do you mean? Rafi, does lineage go back further than Klitschko? I don't know. Not sure if serious. Well, listen to the boy there. Lineal goes back to the days of John L. Sullivan. Tyson Fury's lineage doesn't go back that far, but I've got the receipts and I'm going to show the receipts. This has been one hell of a research project, believe you may. It's raised the Rafi's blood body temperature. I have no doubt about that. The prudent man is up in the building. What's the like situation like? Okay, everybody in here who enjoys the show, smash that like button on entry, please. Where are we? Hey, Rez, Ringmagazine is literally a paper belt. Well, yeah, I'm gonna be showing receipts. Fear not. Okay. Where are we? Tyson Fury holds the best title of any heavyweight. But does he though? Rafi's going to be pulling up some receipts which will challenge that view, my dear friend. Well, some of the receipts will support it and others will challenge it. I think this is going to be very challenging for some to listen to. But Rafi's going to go in deep. Okay. Right. So it's the man that beat the man that beat Shagayev these days. Okay. Okay. So it's quite interesting. We've got a high-ranking guy who when it comes to these lineal shizniks, who says that, and as we all know, lineal is generally boiled down. It's the man who beats the man who beat the man. That's in its simplest form. So it is the man. In this case, we're talking about Tyson Fury, seen up here in the right-hand corner. Is it left-hand corner for you? No, it's the right-hand corner for you too. We're talking about the man here. It's not even registering. I can see it. Okay. It's the man who beat the man. So in this case, we're talking about Tyson Fury, who beat the man, who was Vladimir Klitschko. But who did Vladimir Klitschko beat? He beat Shagayev. So who the hell did Shagayev beat? So it's the man, Tyson Fury, who beat the man, Vladimir Klitschko, who beat the man. So in that case, is Shagayev the man? Hell to the no. But anyway, I don't want to get into that. And I don't want to make it that simplistic. But sometimes when you look at it in the simplest form, you can get the most accurate answer. So we're going to get deep into that. Okay. So where are we? Frank the French is up in the building. Good to see all of you guys. All of you guys come out on Sunday. Stricken from the record. What was stricken from the record? Pump up the volume. Okay. Michael J. White. Fury was stripped of the lineal in 2016. Can you pull that article up, please? See, that's where it gets murky. It'd be logical. I'm going to bring up the receipts to say that he should have been. But can you pull up the article that says he was? Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. I'm going to show the receipts that he should have been stripped if he wasn't. But can you pull up the article, though? But I've got some receipts, fear not. He just saw himself as the lineal champion, as he was never beaten. The prudent man, lineal champ is always iffy and not helped with all the alphabet belts and titles. Indeed. Okay, the lineal championship goes all the way back to the first man that got beat by the man 200 years ago. That is the significance of the lineal title. That's one definition for sure. But it's not that definite because you got different bodies, different groups who have different lineals and different criteria, etc. We're going to get into that. We're going to dig in. We're going to dig in deep. Okay, God of War. I haven't seen God of War around these parts in weeks. I think the last time I saw God of War, he asked me the question. He said, Rafi, have you got a God complex? And I thought that was kind of funny, God of War, when you got God in your title. That was funny. And in answer to your question, God of War, I think every man has got a God complex, or is it complex, or is it simplex? You know what I'm saying? Does the good book not say that God created man and therefore man was created? No. Does the good book not say that when God created man, he created him in his own image? Does he not say that? So is that not then the case that every man has a little bit of God in him? created in his own image. So by definition, does every man not have a little bit of God in him? I put that to you for reflection. Okay. Where are we? I know Lennox was the last Lineal with no dispute. We're going to bring up the graphics on that Gucci Kid in the building. I haven't seen Gucci Kid in a week or two. Everybody coming in who enjoys the show, smash that like button. God of War says it wasn't me. My bad then. My bad. Well, it was somebody. And I addressed what I addressed to you. I addressed to them. So the answer I gave to you, I'm addressing to whoever said it. So it was to the person who said it, whoever it was. Thank you. Thank you for your understanding. DJ Georgie Porgy up in the building. Lucian. What does Lucian Cramp says? Bloody hell, you got more. Dixon Sider's got more aliases than I don't know who. I don't know what you're talking about. What does he say? BFTB posted the clip on his second channel of you saying Wilder won't be Lineal. Okay, yeah, you're full of it, Dixon Siders. You are full of it. The only thing that gets exposed is your bum at night when your mom spanks you for being a naughty boy. Okay. Yeah, I think Lennox was recognized as a Lineal champ. I don't know what you're talking about, Michael J. White. Where are we? I think Lucian Cramp says God is fictional. Man defies any logic. Well, you know, it could be fictional, and it could be not. Me personally, I'll keep my opinion on that to my good self. You can feel free to express your thoughts, however, Dixon Vinegars. Yes. Yeah, Lucian Cramps, you are a walking joke, my friend. You are a walking joke. I only keep you around here for your entertaining, for your ridiculous statements, which I somehow find entertaining. Don't get it twisted. You're only here because of your ridiculous statements, so let that sink in. Okay. The actual lineage ends with Gene Tunney. You'd have to furnish some information to support that. Philip Carl Roberts. So Lennox beat the man who beat the man over 100. OMG. It's getting murky already. It's getting murky already. Okay. We have a confession. I think that was me, Rafi Low. It was just because you was going on for a bit about how you are the creator here, i.e. your page. So Amir, I get you. But it's all cool though. I wasn't offended, but I did that question did pop into my head, and I thought, yo, I need to address that. Okay, so Lucian Cramp, you are out of here. You just got a little bit too annoying. So let's get this fool out of here. I'm only keeping you around as the court jester, kid. Don't get above your station, and don't get it twisted either. Okay. Where are we? Okay, so it's time to get into this thing. It's time to go deep. Into the beast. All right, so let's go ahead and do this mammoth task, and let's try and make this as concise as possible. What's going on here? AOBZ. Everybody's in the house. Everybody's popping up who ain't seen for weeks. Everybody's popping up. What? Lucian Cramper's left? No, not really. That's just one of his. That's just one of Dixon Sider's aliases. Michael Perchois, there's another one of his aliases. Okay, so where did I see? Where was that comment? Gene Tunney retired as lineal champion. He was the last of the men who actually beat the man. Okay, well, there you go. And what year was that in Gene Tunney? When was that? That was way back when? What, 50 years ago? That was many, many years ago. Okay, that makes sense. So the lineal right there was broken, and then you had to have a new lineal, and then a new lineal, and then a new lineal. So when when Tyson Fury talks about his lineage goes back to John F. Sullivan. He's talking a load of crap-ola. Tyson Fury's lineal only goes back as far as Ruslan Shagayev. Who allegedly was the man who Vladimir beat. Okay, but we all know how that story goes, or do we? How many? He's got at least 4 or 5. He's got at least 4 or 5, and since I've just blocked one of them, he's going to come back with another one, so I'll make that 6. I just keep him around because he's a court jester, so don't get it twisted. Gene Tunney, 1926 to 28, and then he retired. Okay, so what's that? 30s till now. That's like what, 110 years ago, 112 years ago. Damn. Okay. OMG. You have to be relieved of your status, otherwise, what are we doing? Yeah. However, I counteracted Rummy. You know, Rummy's Corner. He's done that piece. He's done that piece about lineal, which is some people see as the what do you call that? The high point, the epitome of accuracy. But unfortunately, I challenged him politely. I challenged his assertion that you can retire and come back, because apparently somebody's retired and come back. But I've got receipts for that too. And I said, yeah, there has been a person, at least one person who retired and was considered lineal. But how long does that consideration last for? And then you got Lennox Lewis. Is Lennox Lewis still the champion? Still the lineal champion? Well, there can't be two, right? Theoretically. Is Lennox Lewis still the champion? And he said, oh, well, no, because Lennox Lewis has been retired for X amount of years. Well, how many years have you got to be retired for before you're no longer considered lineal? But don't worry, I've got receipts for that too. And he's saying that because somebody else retired and was still considered a champion, then that sets a precedent, which means that Tyson Fury is still or was still lineal. We're not talking about now. We're talking about up to the Deontay Wilder 1 fight. We could still consider it applicable to now, because I mean, beating Deontay Wilder, does that make you lineal if you wasn't lineal before? The second time around? And how did you get to beat the lineal thing is 1 versus 2. When the number 1 fighter fights the number 2 fighter, the winner can be termed lineal. But when Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder, was it 1 versus 2? Okay, you can say there's an argument for that because what? Because what's his name? Anthony Joshua had a brain freeze because Anthony Joshua had just lost to Ruiz. So you can say, okay, well, yeah, Tyson Fury was the best then. But why did he get past Dillian White? Is Tyson Fury even the lineal now as we speak? He was anointed lineal when he beat Klitschko. Okay, fair enough. But then it turns out that he tested positive for steroids earlier on in the year against Hammer. Christian Hammer, when he beat Hammer and the UCAD. And the British Boxing Board of Control said that win must be stricken from the records. But you go over to the records and you see that win still stands. So what's going on there? And then when he fought Vladimir Klitschko said, if I had known that he tested positive for steroids earlier on in the year, I wouldn't have fought him. So how could he be considered lineal when he was fighting when he should have been banned? That's a tricky one. That's a very, very tricky one. That's the first time around when he was lineal. What the hell's all that about? We're going down a rabbit hole where I've got receipts. So as easy as we go down the rabbit hole, we're going to come up out of the rabbit hole on the other side with answers. So we're not going down a rabbit hole. Or if we have, we're going to come up with answers and receipts. So fear not. And that brings the question is, well, you can say there's an argument for him being lineal, anointed lineal. There's an argument for him to be anointed lineal when he beat, or awarded lineal when he beat Klitschko. But as soon as you find out that he got tested for steroids earlier on in the year and should have been banned and should not have been in the ring, does that still stand? I say no. And I got receipts. Okay, so. No, don't worry about no Pandora's box. We got the answers. We got the receipts. We got the answers. Don't worry about no Pandora's box. Believe you me. Part of the whole thing is that I've got receipts and I think I've got the answers to this thing that can seal it off forever. Okay. So yeah, let's be very clear about this. Let's be very clear about this. Tyson Fury being awarded lineal championship because he beat the guy who was considered lineal before him. Although I never heard Klitschko talking about lineal. Okay. But him being awarded lineal at that point, fair enough. Fair enough. He just beat the guy he beat the man who didn't beat the man. Fair enough. Okay, fine. So, okay, we give him that. But as soon as it was discovered that he was on drugs, steroids earlier on in the year and should not have been in the ring with Klitschko, then surely that gets wiped away. Surely there's an argument that wipes that away. Let's get it. Okay. So right. So he was awarded lineal in the Klitschko fight. Fine. Okay, let's give him that. But then as soon as it's found out that he was a steroid cheat earlier on in the year, then should not have been in the ring, should have been banned. He should not have been in the ring against Klitschko. Then surely that puts one hell of an asterisk against that lineal status. And then further the fact that he got busted for cocaine after the Klitschko fight. Then that's another asterisk. How many asterisks do you need? The man cannot be considered lineal at that point. I've got receipts for that. Don't worry. I'm going to bring up the receipts. Or should I bring up the receipts right now? Okay, no. We'll have the receipts in a long stream of receipts. Not one or two. There are many. We're going to go through the long string of receipts. I'm going to say what I'm saying now, and then I'm going to back it up with receipts. Okay. Okay. So, right. So the first time, okay, he was half of a lineal, or he was a lineal until everybody found out that he was a drug cheat earlier on in the year and a drug cheat after, steroids earlier on in the year, cocaine later on in the year. Okay, fine. So that lineal's gone. You got to take that away. No, that fight don't count. Exit out. That fight should actually be a no contest. That fight should actually be a no contest with his drug failures through that year. Okay, so we give you that lineal when you won. Then we find out what we found out, and we have to take that lineal back. So Tyson Fury, you were not lineal. You were only lineal after you beat Klitschko for as long as it took for people to realize, for the information to come out that you were abusing drugs that year. Okay, no disrespect, but I'm just talking about the facts that we're aware of. Good luck to you anyway. But anyway, as we carry on. Okay, so. Okay, so That brings us to retirement. Should I be showing these receipts right now? I feel that I should be showing the receipts right now in a way. But that gets too complicated. Best I just say what I'm saying and then we get into the receipts and that'll back up everything. Okay, so retirement. Okay, so there's an argument to say that when you retire, your linealship ends and it's on to the next. Fair enough. However, there's another argument to say a precedent was set when a man retired and he was still considered lineal. Who the hell was that guy? Okay, so for a period of time when you're retired, you can still be considered lineal because you can come back. Okay, I accept that. But only to an extent. If you're retired, you're retired. And then when you're retired, it's time for a new lineal. When you retire and it's over, and it's time for a new lineal. So the new guy on the block, the new kid on the block, arguably, some people can argue was Anthony Joshua. So if anybody was going to be lineal at that stage, then it would have to be Anthony Joshua. Although Anthony Joshua doesn't claim lineal at that stage. But if anybody was lineal during that time when Tyson Fury was away, then it was Anthony Joshua. Okay, so can you still be lineal once you retire? Maybe for a short period of time, but then maybe not. Because once you retire, it's a signal, it's a time to restart the lineal and find the new lineal championship, new lineal champ. That's all your retirement means. It means that now it's time to find the new lineal champion. Okay, so, and on top of that, okay, so there might be a precedent for somebody retiring and still being considered a champion. Okay, fine. However, there is no precedent for a boxer or a boxer who's considered lineal to retire after having been stripped of his license. There is no precedent. And I left this post on Rummy's Corner with his lineal thing and he took it down. So I guess it must have been pretty powerful. Right, listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying. There is no precedent for a man who is considered lineal to retire, A, have his license taken from him, B, and have been found to be a drug user, steroid user, drug user, when he was stripped. There is no precedent for that. So I put it to you. This is what I'm saying right now. There is no precedent for a supposed lineal to have his license stripped from him, his boxing license, to have been found guilty and charged and fined for illegal drug use and PED use. There is no precedent for a person who fits that category to be considered lineal after they have retired. I'm going to pull up the receipts very shortly. So, Tyson Fury, once he retired, once he was stripped of his license, once he was found guilty of PED use, drug use, he cannot be considered to be lineal throughout his retirement. Cannot, for those three reasons. One, he retired. There is a precedent for being retired and still being considered somewhat lineal. There is no precedent for having your license stripped from you and being found to be a PED abuser and being retired and being considered the lineal champion during retirement. There is no precedent for that. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Case closed. Once Tyson Fury retired, his linealship was over. Receipts incoming. Receipts incoming. Absolute facts. Jedi's in the building. How you doing, buddy? How are you? Okay. So, yes. Cal L up in the building. Okay. Absolute facts. Absolute facts. I'm going to make a video out of that. Okay. Right. So where are we now? Right, we're coming up. We're coming up to the receipts, but I feel there's another section I wanted to cover. Okay, so before we get to the receipts, and there are many, I want to cover Tyson Fury being. When was he? What happened? What happened? He was awarded. Before the second fight. Or was it after the second fight? No, before the second fight, it was deemed by the Ringmagazine, now owned by Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy. It was considered before the second fight. They announced that Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder were 1 and 2, which means that they were fighting for the Ringmagazine belt. And 1 and 2 fighting means that the winner becomes Lineal. Okay, so they fought. Tyson Fury won, and now he's considered Lineal again. Okay, and he got the Ringmagazine belt. But hold on a minute. If you get the Ringmagazine belt, does that automatically mean that you are the Lineal champion? No. I repeat, if you get the Ringmagazine belt, does that mean you are automatically a Lineal champion? And I say no. Not only do I say no, but I'm going to pull up the receipts also. This section is just me speaking about the receipts which I have and will show. Okay. Everybody in here, who's enjoying the show, smash that like button, please. There are more people in here than the likes. So level it out. Level it out. If you like it, say you like it. Do not be ashamed to hit that like button. Okay. So now we come to the second question. Does Tyson Fury beating Deontay Wilder, was that 1 and 2? That wasn't even 1 and 2. The other argument for that is that Anthony Joshua lost to Ruiz, so he's out the picture. But excuse me, let me clear my throat. Excuse me, isn't there a guy called Dillian White? Isn't there a guy called Dillian White who was in the mix? When Tyson Fury was retired, wasn't Dillian White already number 1 ranked contender in the WBC? So surely, if Deontay Wilder was 1, then Dillian White would have had to be 2 if you're dropping Anthony Joshua out of it. And then Tyson Fury at best 3. So it still wasn't 1 against 2. It wasn't number 1 ranked against number 2 ranked. It wasn't number 1 ranked against number 2 ranked. So still, in the Wilder versus Fury 2 fight, that wasn't 1 against 2. Because even if you take Anthony Joshua out, you still got Dillian White. You still got Dillian White in, and he was the number 1 ranked contender in the WBC. So how the hell does he disappear? So if you take Anthony Joshua out, Dillian White's still in. So at best, you would have Wilder as number 1, Dillian White as number 2, and Tyson Fury as number 3. So it still wasn't 1 against 2. I think it needs to be AJ to have all the belts and regain his linealship. Well, he didn't have no linealship. He only had a linealship for a couple. His linealship only lasted until we found out that he was a drug cheat prior in 2015. In 2015, he was a drug cheat. He had steroids in his system when he fought Christian Hammer earlier on in 2015. And then when he fought Vladimir Klitschko, after that, he had cocaine in his system. How the hell do you have a Lineal who's retired, who's had his license stripped from him, who is a convicted PED user, and then retires? There ain't no lineal. No way, no how. Tyson Fury was not a lineal back then, and he is not lineal right now. That is my contention. And I think now is the time when we go to receipts. Want to see receipts? Why didn't not fight top contenders Sefa Safiri and Pianetta to get the shot? White was done a severe injustice. The argument against White is that he turned down certain Mandos, but he fought better people than his Mandos. He fought Joseph Parker, for goodness sakes, an ex-world champion, and to this day, still a tough competition for anybody in the top 5. Who walks through Joseph Parker? Who walks through Joseph Parker? Anthony Joshua didn't do it. Ruiz didn't do it. Ruiz not number 1. Ruiz didn't do it. Who else is there in the top 5? Would Wilder do it? Well, Joshua didn't do it. Ruiz didn't do it. Could Tyson Fury do it? Could Tyson Fury walk through him? Nobody's going to walk through Joseph Parker. Dillian White was fighting better. Dillian White has a better resume than... Yeah. He's got one of the best resumes in the game when it comes to consistently fighting top 10 ranked opponents. So I think only Anthony Joshua has a better resume in terms of fighting top 10 opponents than Dillian White. Remember what I said in terms of fighting top 10 opponents across the board. Okay, not just people the WBC truck bumped up for Deontay Wilder. Not just bumped up people. Okay, so yes. The punch was loving life indeed. The punch was loving life. Okay. So has it come the time? Is it the time for receipts? I think it is the time for receipts. Where are we? Where are we? Okay. Okay, it's time for receipts, folks. It's time for the receipts. I've said what I've said. Now it's time to show. Okay, where the hell do I start? So I think what I'm going to do is, I think how this is going to work is, I'm just going to show you each and every receipt that I show you. I'm going to talk you through it. I'm going to talk you through each and every receipt. Where do I start? Where do I start? That's a good place to start. Doug Fisher is a big man in the game, in the lineal game. James can't see shizzle. You can't see shizzle on that. Let me adjust the size. Okay, hopefully that's gonna be good. Okay, yeah, to an extent it's good. Okay, so where are we? Oh no, damn it! I had this area highlighted. Okay, avoiding. Okay, let's go. Let's try and do this. Okay, let's try and do this. Let's try and do this. I think this is one of the most confusing. I'm not going to start with that because that's quite confusing. Let's get out of that. Let's go to that last because that's one of the most confusing things ever. Let's share. Let's go with this one. Let's go with this one. Let's go with this one. Okay, so I have to resize that one as well. It's going to be a resizing expedition all the way through. Is this good? Okay, let's go with this. Okay, I think you can manage it. Okay, so, dang. Okay, so let me read this. Okay, so there are 7 ways that a boxer can lose the title. Now, it's awarded only to the winner of the fight between. Okay, the title, lineal title, is awarded only to the winner of a fight between the Ringmagazine's #1 contender and the #2 or the #3 contender. The ratings are compiled by the magazine's editorial board with the participation of the Ring's ratings panel of boxing journalists from around the world. Okay, so how do you win the Ring magazine title? Okay, so there are 7 ways that a boxer can lose the title. 7 ways that he can lose the title. And we're going to look at those ways. Okay, so 1, the champion loses a fight. That's the Ring magazine champion. Loses a fight in the weight class in which he is a champion. That's 1. 2, the champion moves to another weight class. Fine. 3, the champion does not schedule a fight in any weight class for 18 months. Okay. 4, the champion does not schedule a fight at his championship weight for 18 months, even if he fights in another weight class. Okay. 5, the champion does not schedule a fight with a top 5 contender from any weight class for 2 years. Okay. 6, the champion retires. 7, the champion tests positive for a banned substance. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go through this. 1, Tyson Fury tested positive for a banned substance. Actually, more than one banned substance. 2, Tyson Fury retired. 3, the champion did not schedule a fight with a top 5 contender from any weight class for 2 years. 4, the champion does not schedule a fight at his championship weight for 18 months, even if he fights at another weight. OMG. That alone. That alone. Yes, smash that like button. That alone shows that Tyson Fury is disqualified as Lineal on at least 4 counts. Is there a counter argument? Yeah, there's a counter argument. I know what it is, but if somebody wants to make it, I still don't think it overrules all of these 4 points. Maybe it can overrule 1 point. Maybe it can overrule 2 points, but you can't overrule 4 points of qualification for being Lineal. And I reiterate, when the Lineal champion retires, the next thing is to find the next Lineal. You don't just say, oh, he's retired, he's Lineal forever now. No. The next task is to find the new Lineal. Okay, so that's Exhibit 1. Tyson Fury fails on 4 counts of Linealship. 4 counts of Linealship. Great material. Some heavy receipts. Yo, there's some heavy receipts to come. That's just my opening salvo. We're gonna go deep. Deep into this. I mean, that really there is over. You could say it's over, but no, I'm not satisfied. We're gonna go deeper into it. And I reiterate, just in case anybody missed the beginning of the show, that yesterday I said that Deontay Wilder would not be Lineal if he beat Tyson Fury, and that was a mistake. Of course, if you beat the Lineal, then you're Lineal. But even that, there's a little bit of a question. I retract that statement. I unequivocally retract that statement. But as I go through the receipts, and there are more, you will see that even then, it's like, that's still a gray area. But okay, we'll carry on. No, absolutely not. Is Rafi getting towards AJ? No, absolutely not. Absolutely 100%. AJ has nothing to do with this particular show. I'm not suggesting who should be Lineal, because I'm not satisfied that there is a Lineal right now. I don't think there is a Lineal right now. But if there was, it wouldn't be Fury. But I'm not satisfied that the top guys have fought the top guys. If somebody else wants to make the argument, that's entirely up to them. I wouldn't quibble with it, but that is not my argument. I haven't looked into the minutiae of that case, so I wouldn't present the case. The case is presentable because he was the guy who was beating up everybody else when the alleged Lineal, Tyson Fury, who I have shown was not, well, it was only a Lineal for a day, for a week, until we found out that he was a drug cheat. And then he retired. So he's a drug cheat who had his license stripped and then retired. My friends, that is not a Lineal. Or he was Lineal until we found out that he was a drug cheat. And then we found out that he retired. And then we found out that he had his belt stripped. Those 3 key points, you'll understand why I made them. They become very key when I show that particular receipt. Bear in mind, this receipt right here is already a slam dunk. I'm just putting some cream and cherries on the cake. Okay. Save the rest. Save the rest, bro. That's convinced me, isn't it? I need a kip. I'll sleep easy knowing that now. No problem. No problem. That was a kill shot. He ain't no Lineal, and he was only Lineal until for as long as it was to find out that he was a PED abuser that same year. He was anointed Lineal, PED abuser, recreational drug abuser, found in his system. He retired. That's 1. Drug use. 1. Where am I? Where am I not on the camera? Drug use. 1. 2. He retired. 3. What was the third one? The third one was that, he had his license stripped. From him. Now, you say, well, how is that relevant, Raphael? Allow me to expand. Okay. He fell for both. He fell for steroids for the Hammer fight, which was a few months early in the year. And then he failed after the Klitschko fight for cocaine. Yeah, the cocoa. Okay. So, it was the Hammer. It was the Hammer fight. Okay, take that down. Okay, so that receipt alone, anybody who's missed it, that receipt alone, Exhibit A is the kill shot. Well, I'm going to put some cherries and cream on the cake. How you like that? You want some cherries and cream? Who likes cherries and cream? Okay. Hand your plate out. Okay, so let's stop sharing that one and let's go in for the next receipt. And which one we're going to deal with? Which one are we going to look at? Are we going to do that? What does that one say? OMG. This is way too small for you to see, but I'm gonna read it anyway. Let's get this thing very large. Okay, so let's scroll. Where the hell is it? Has it disappeared? OMG. Okay, let me just do some reverse engineering here. Let's get it smaller. See if we can see what I'm looking for. Why is that orange thing disappeared? Okay, I know what I'll do. Come out of it and then go back into it. Where is that receipt? Under the original version. Oh, damn. Have I lost the receipt? It was highlighted. Come on. Help me out here. How do you ring? Yeah. Okay. So do that and then do this. It's highlighted there. Okay. Let me highlight it bigger. In May. Okay. So let's try and make this bigger so you can see. In May to 12. Let's go again. Get out of here. In May. There it is. Okay. Are you seeing this? Let me see if you're seeing this. You can't see a damn thing, but you're gonna have to take my word for it. I'll read it and then I'll make it bigger still. Oh, as a matter of fact, hold on. I've got the solution. I have the solution. No, that's not the solution. No, that's not the solution. No, that's not the solution. Yeah, that might be the solution. Okay, so let's go with that. Okay, so in May 2012, citing the number of in May 2012, citing the number of vacancies in various weight classes as primary motivation, the Ring unveiled a new championship policy. Remember, this is May 2012. Okay, so under the new policy, the Ring title can be awarded when the number 1 and the number 2 fighters face one another, or when the number 1 and 2 contenders choose not to fight one another and either of them fights number 3, 4, or 5. The winner may be awarded the Ring belt. In addition, there are now 6 ways for a fighter to lose his title. Okay, 6 ways for a fighter to lose his title. Let's highlight those. Okay, so if a fighter loses a fight in his championship weight class, you lose the title. Okay, if you move to another weight class, you lose the title. If you do not schedule a fight in any weight class for 18 months, you lose the title. If you do not schedule a fight in his championship weight class for 18 months, you lose the title, even if fighting at another weight class. Yeah. If you do not schedule a fight with a top 5 contender in any weight class for 2 years, you lose the title, or retiring. There it is. You can see that. Can you see that? Let me make it just a little bit bigger for you. So that is another receipt. Just before we move on to the next receipt, let me make that receipt bigger for you. I think you should be able to see that, but just for the record books, let's make that even bigger again. So now there is no ambiguity. You can see that perfectly clearly. Okay, so right, let's get out of that. That's been shared. You've seen that. Let's rearrange my screen. Okay, so where are we? It was a kill shot. Chase, not Lineal, certainly not. Chase Athletics up in the building. And before I forget, let me give a shout out to TW Designs. TW Designs for all your design needs, for your websites, etc., your digital media. Go to TW Designs. I have used them and they are exceptional. TW Designs. You'll find them on the web. Did Fury fail for a Vlad fight or Hammer? Both. Steroids for the Hammer fight, cocaine for the Vlad fight. Okay, so not anymore at all. Okay, so that's your second receipt, Exhibit A. We got a hater alert, but it's okay. It's okay, Michael J. White. It's okay. Exhibit A. And that was Exhibit B. Okay, so the kill shot has already been done. Fury, the man who beat the man. Well, no, Lineal is the man who beat the man who beat the man. So Fury was the man who beat the man. Okay, so that's 1/3 of the requirement. And Vladimir, but however, that's where it falls down, because Vladimir beat Shagayev. Vladimir beat Shagayev, and Shagayev was never the man. So that's where it falls down. Remember, the definition, the simple version of Lineal is to be the man who beat the man who beat the man. So Tyson Fury is the man who beat the man who was Vlad, but was Shagayev the man? Apparently Shagayev was the man. So, okay, even if you give him that, you can give him that. You can say, okay, well, he beat so many people over so many years and he couldn't fight his brother. His brother was better than him and he wouldn't want to fight his brother. His brother should have been Lineal, but wasn't. But you could consider him Lineal, Vitali. But Tyson Fury never beat the man who beat the man who beat the man. He did beat the man, but the man beat Shagayev. So, but even then, that's not good enough, I'm afraid, because Tyson Fury retired. 1, was stripped of his belt. 2, you can't be Lineal if you're stripped of your belt. A title, sorry, stripped of his titles, stripped of his belts, and retired. Retired, stripped of his titles, stripped of his belts, and that's 3 things. And the 4th thing was that he's a proven drug cheat in the year of 2015. He failed for steroids and he failed for recreational drugs in 2015. After the Hamer fight, so that should be a no contest, and after the Vladimir Klitschko fight, which arguably also should be a no contest for at least 2 different reasons. 1, because he shouldn't have been in the ring anyway after popping dirty for steroids, so he shouldn't have been fighting Vladimir Klitschko. And 2, he popped dirty for cocaine afterwards. So the Hamer fight, all of Fury's fights in 2015 could reasonably be deemed as no contest. The British Boxing Board of Control deemed that the Hamer fight was a no contest, and that should be shown and that should be reflected in the record books, which they are not. And likewise, he shouldn't have been in the ring against Klitschko. I'm not even going to go into the fact that he didn't give Klitschko his rematch. Not even going to go into that. We've already got enough points which say that Tyson Fury was only Lineal for the days or the weeks it took for us to find out that he shouldn't have been in the ring with Klitschko anyway, because of his PED use earlier on in the year and his coke and his failure, his drug test failure for cocaine after the Klitschko fight. Okay, so was Fury the man who beat the man who beat the man? He was the man who beat the man, but was he the man who beat the man who beat the man? I don't know, but he certainly was not Lineal as soon as we found out that he'd popped dirty for steroids earlier on in the year and shouldn't have been in the ring with Klitschko. And then after that fight, he pops dirty for cocaine. So he pops dirty for steroids and cocaine in the same year. Let's be clear about that. Okay, Lennox was a true Lineal. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So we've had Exhibit A, we've had Exhibit B, and now allow me to share with you Exhibit C. And what's it going to be? What's it going to be? Which one is Exhibit C? Is it that one? Haha! This will do. This will do. How's it showing up on your screen? Super small, I would imagine. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh, I know what to do. I know what to do. Don't worry. Boom. Okay. Yeah, that'll do nicely. That'll do nicely. So let's get into this. Everybody, if you're enjoying the show, talking about Revelations here, I should retitle it Revelations. Yeah, Revelations. I might retitle it after this. Okay. So, right. The Ring's number 1 and 2 contenders. Hold on. What's this here? Championship vacancies can be filled in the following 2 ways. You seeing that? Okay, good. All right. So, hold on. Let me do a little quick check here. Yeah, everything's in order. Everything appears to be in order. Smash that like button, people. And for sure, share Rafi's shizzle. Share my shizzle. And let's fertilize the earth. Share this shizzle far and wide. Okay. 100%. What's going on? There will be a new lineage when we get undisputed champion. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. As far as I'm concerned, the lineage is vacant. Or, well, there's an alternative view. I'm not going to go into the alternative view. Why would that be funny? He's been consistently fighting good opponents, top opponents. Well, that wouldn't be funny either, because he too has been fighting. He's been up against it. He's fighting top opponents time after time after time. I would argue that both White and Povetkin, they have fought more top 10 opponents than Tyson Fury and Deontay, more legit top 10 opponents than Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder put together. Certainly in the last 5 years. Arguable. Okay, so let's get into this. Okay, championship vacancies can be filled in the following 2 ways. Okay, so the ring's number 1 and number 2 contenders fight each other. 2, that's 1. 2, if the number 1 and 2 contenders choose not to fight one another, and neither of them fights 2, 3, or 4, or 5, the winner will be awarded the Ringmagazine belt. The ring belt if the editorial board deems the contenders worthy. So bear this in mind. If the number 1 and number 2 contenders choose not to fight one another, and either of them fights number 3, 4, or 5, the winner may, not will, may be awarded the ring belt. We're talking specifically about the ring belt now, not the lineal ship. The two are not the same. If the editorial board deems the contenders worthy. Okay, so let's say if Otto Wallin beat Tyson Fury, he would become the lineal. Oh, if Tyson Fury was lineal, there we go. If Tyson Fury was lineal, then Otto Wallin would be considered the lineal. However, he wouldn't necessarily get the ring belt because he wasn't considered a consensus 3, number 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5. So he wouldn't automatically get the ring belt. In fact, it'd be unlikely they'd get the ring belt, even if he was considered lineal. Is Tyson Fury lineal right now? I don't see how he could be. Why? Why would he be lineal? What's the argument that Tyson Fury is lineal? Somebody want to give me the argument that Tyson Fury is lineal? He was lineal. He was lineal for a few days or a few weeks after he beat Vladimir Klitschko. But as soon as we found out about his drug use for the Hamer fight and after the Vladimir Klitschko fight, then boom. And then he's retired because he's about to be prosecuted for the drug use. Hell no. Tyson Fury was only lineal until we found out, for a few weeks, until we found out about his drug use, about his retirement. Then he got stripped of his belts. What else? Oh, yeah. Stripped of his license. All of those things means you are not lineal, my friend. Well, first of all, this is not a program about Joshua. And Joshua will never be lineal unless this ain't about Joshua. So let's not deflect. Let's not get into any deflection. So Ruiz Jr. was lineal. Was he? Was Ruiz Jr. lineal? Hey, you want to go into jokes about who have been lineal? We're going to show you. I'm going to show you a list. I'm going to show you receipts about people who have been lineal. Bear in mind that there have been people who have been lineal for less than a year. So if you're trying to say that somebody can't be lineal for 6 months, you are incorrect, Mundo. And then AJ won it back. Okay, but we're not even talking about AJ. We're talking about Tyson Fury and lineal. Let's get it straight. We're still into this. Okay, so let's finish off this. Okay, so here are the 7 situations where a champion can lose his belt. Okay, so the champion loses a fight in the weight class in which he's a champion. That's 1. 2, the champion moves to another weight class. for more than one fight. 3. The champion does not schedule a fight in any weight class for 18 months. 4. The champion does not schedule a fight at his championship weight for 18 months, even if he fights at another weight. 5. The champion does not schedule a fight with the top 5 contender from any weight class for 2 years. The champion retires. The champion tests positive for a performance-enhancing substance and is fined, suspended, or otherwise penalized by the proper authority, athletic commission, or sanctioning body. Okay. Now, I reiterate, this is for the ring title. This is for the belt. This is not for the lineal shit. But I think these rules, if a so-called lineal champion violates or falls into the categories of these failures, then certainly that has to be considered. And I think the main one here is when the champion tests positive for a performance-enhancing substance and is fined, suspended, or otherwise penalized. So that's what happened. He tested positive for performance-enhancing substance and was fined and suspended, even though it was retroactive, and had his license taken away from him. Also, he retired. That's another factor. Also, he didn't have a fight with a top 5 contender for several years, more than 2 years. Was it more like 3 or 4? Okay. Also, he did not schedule a championship fight in his championship weight for 18 months or more. Well, it wasn't. It was like 3 years, 4 years, 3.5 years. The champion does not schedule a fight in any weight class for 18 months. Absolutely. So all of these things, Tyson Fury falls into all of these categories right here. So that's why I say that Tyson Fury was clearly not a lineal. He had it for a few weeks until we found out about his violations. Then he retired, and then it was over. Tyson Fury's linealship was for a very, very short time. Was it weeks or months? Yeah, weeks or months. Not to mention that he refused to give Vlad his rematch. Like the video. If you like the video, folks, hit that share button. And yeah, all the good stuff. Hit all the good buttons. Yeah, the super chat button is there already also. So make use of the super chat button if you so see fit. If the material is up to par. And yeah, I'll leave that to your decision. I have my opinion. Okay, you don't get this deep. It doesn't get this deep every day. It's not every day you get such a forensic examination. Okay, so what's that? Exhibit C. I think we're going to 3 different sets of receipts. Exhibit A was the kill shot. Exhibit B, piled on. And Exhibit C, just smothered it. Okay, so, but we have not finished yet. I have not finished sharing yet. There's more. There is more. Okay, let's go for Exhibit D. We're going crazy with these exhibits. We're going crazy. Okay. OMG. Okay. So where are we now? Let's resize this shiznix. Okay. That's nice. I like that. Okay. So now there's been talk. There has been talk about, some scoffing at Ruiz, scoffing at the potential of Ruiz potentially being lineal. And let's address that. Okay, so let me get into this right now. What do you see here? Is anything blocked out? No. So we're good. We're in good shape. We're in good shape. Okay, so the last 10 heavyweight boxing lineal champions. These are the last 10. These are the last 10, starting from the oldest and ending in the newest. Okay, so last 10 boxing lineal champ. Okay, so that was Riddick Bowe, 1992 to 93, after he beat Evander Holyfield. Real deal Holyfield. Hold on. Evander beat him, but he beat Evander. Maybe it's swapsies. Maybe it was swapsies. I don't know. Maybe it was swapsies, because I know that Riddick Bowe beat Evander twice. Okay, so Riddick Bowe, Evander Holyfield, real deal. Michael Moorer, 94. How long was Michael Moorer the lineal champ? Because he was lineal champ in 94, but guess who else was lineal champ in 94? Yeah, big George Foreman. George Foreman took it off him. So Michael Moorer was a lineal champ for less than a year. So all that scoffing about the potential that Ruiz could have been lineal for 6 months, no, shouldn't scoff. Michael Moorer was champion for less than a year. Okay, so George Foreman, 94 to 97, damn, was lineal champion. Shannon Briggs, from 97 to 98. He was relieved of the linealship by none other than Lennox Claudius Lewis. I think that's his middle name. Yeah, Lennox Claudius Lewis. Okay. He held the linealship from 98 to 2001. And so Lennox Lewis had the championship lineal for 3 years. Yeah, it's considered, he had the actual linealship, what was considered a linealship for 3 years. Now you're trying to tell me, somebody's trying to tell me that Tyson Fury was a lineal while he was in the kebab house, the crack house, the whore house, the beer house for 3 years when Lennox Lewis was fighting for it and he wasn't? Get the out of here. Are you crazy? Hasim Rahman, another short lineal holder, short-term lineal leaseholder. Hasim Rahman, 2001. And boom, guess what? Lennox Lewis comes back for another 3-year tenure. That's 3 years of active tenure, not 3 years of lying on the sofa saying, I'm the lineal champion. No, so Lennox Lewis was what? Lineal for a 6-year fighting period. 6 years of fighting. Not lying, not fighting for 3 years and then laying on the couch for 3 years. And also, he was fighting the best, the cream of the crop out there. He's fighting the cream out of the crop, not lying on a sofa, you know, eating kebabs and washing it down with ale. No, actually fighting. Okay. Vladimir Klitschko, 2009 to 2015. That was what? That's 6 years. 6 years. That didn't really fight many guys that you know, that made you go wow. There wasn't much of a wow factor with the Klitschko. But anyway, there it is. He was there. Now Tyson Fury, who was lineal champion for a matter of weeks. He was only lineal until for the time that it took us to find out that he was a drug abuser, PED abuser, and recreational drug abuser in the same year that he fought Hammer, no contest, and Vladimir Klitschko, which really, you know, there's a strong argument to say that was a no contest too. So boom, boom, boom. What exhibit was that? What exhibit was that? Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. In this area, lineal means nothing. We don't have a lineal. We ain't got no lineal. Because the guy who was supposed to be lineal, I've just demonstrated, certainly is not a lineal. Hell to the no, no. Yeah. We're going through this with a fine tooth comb. Absolutement. We're going through this with a fine tooth comb. Straight up, straight. No chaser. No chaser. Sharon Briggs was the lineal champion of yeah, seen Shannon Briggs trolling Big Klitschko. One hit quitter at one point indeed. He was a heavy-handed son of a gun. Yeah, you can't compare Lennox Lewis's reign to Klitschko's. I mean, to Fury's reign. Fury's alleged reign. He didn't have no reign. He was on the couch. He didn't have no reign. He was only lineal for as long as it took us to find out that he was a drug cheat, and he got suspended. He had his license stripped. He got fined retrospectively and retroactively banned, and he retired. I'm sorry, but with all those factors, how the hell is a man going to call himself lineal? He ain't no lineal. He ain't no lineal then, and he ain't no lineal now. She's biz up in the building. Smash the like button. Hit all the good buttons. All of the good buttons. They're all there for you. No momento. Yeah. Tyson. Yeah, Mike Tyson. Where's Mike Tyson on this list? Where is Mike Tyson on the list? Oh, maybe it was before Riddick Bowe. Yeah, this is the last 10. This is the last 10 lineals. The last 10. So Mike Tyson would have been before 92. Yes. Where are we? Yeah, she's biz up in the building. Mike Tyson was lineal, yes, prior to 92. Big facts about Shannon Briggs. Let's go, champ. The whole division is a poor excuse. So many theatrics and horseplay. All the jokes. Exhibit D. What was that? That was Exhibit C. So that was Exhibit D. Thank you for reminding me who said that. Reyes, keeping up with the thing. That was Exhibit D. And where are we? Does line hills. Lineal emeritus. Emeritus lineal. Yeah, you must think the thing just lasts. You know what I'm saying? Listen, lineal, my backside. Okay, we're going deeper. That was Exhibit D. I hasten to add. Okay, let's stop sharing that, and you're probably thinking, Raf, stop, Raf, stop. You've done it. You've done enough, Raf. You've done enough. But sometimes it's so nice. You just want to just make sure that you just ram it in, so to speak. Pardon the expression. Okay, I think we're coming up to the last exhibits. It's already been done. It's already been slaughtered. Why is that exhibit not? Oh, it's up here now. Okay. Oh, okay. Everything is for a reason. Everything is for a reason, my friends. Can you see this? Can you smell that? Okay. Boom. That's kind of small. Let's make it a bit more visual. We're coming up to the last exhibits. I told you I came with receipts. Oh. The Raffy's got to ram it and jam it. You bodied the poor fella. Please, Raffy, don't hurt him. Lineal emeritus. OMG. Okay, so let me get into one of these last exhibits now. Where are we at? Bloody hell. We're Exhibit E. OMG. 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 Okay. So this one is one of the craziest lives I've ever seen, I've ever been a part of. This is mad. This is just receipts after receipts after receipts after receipts. It's crazy. Absolutely bananas. Okay, so some other reigned as, let's get this in context. Let's get this in context. Oh, this is nice. What is this? What is this? What is this? This is nice. Okay, so Fury says, Fury's argument is that he is the rightful successor to previous lineal champions, to the likes of Klitschko, Lewis, Vander, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was lineal for 98 to 1990. Larry Holmes, 1980 to 1985. Muhammad Ali, we're going to get onto him shortly. Can't leave him out. Muhammad Ali was at 3 separate lineal reigns. We're going to go specifically into Muhammad Ali. That's another exhibit. That's going to be Exhibit F, I think. Exhibit F. George Foreman. We've covered all of these guys. Was Foreman 73 to 74. Well, damn. Foreman said. Anyway, we're just doing the names. I ain't calling out the years. You can see up there on your screen, Joe Frazier, Sonny Liston. Holy hell. We're going back to Floyd Patterson. We're going back to Rocky Marciano. We're going to Joe Louis, Gene Tunney, Jack Dempsey, and Jack Johnson, 1908 to 1915. My dear fellow, you can't put yourself among these fellas. You're just by beating one guy, Vladimir Klitschko. You can't put yourself among these greats by beating one guy, and now 2 guys. I'm only I mean, you weren't lineal. You're not lineal now by beating. What's his name? Wilder does not make you lineal in that situation, my friend. Just coming back, having fought nothing but bums. No disrespect to those guys, low-ranking bums. You get a draw the first time. Some people say you got knocked out. Some people say you won. Okay, fair enough. You got a draw the first time around, and the second time around, you exposed a guy who can knock people out, but he can't box. It's a bit of a paradox. He can knock people out, but he can't box. Okay, let me just check to make sure everything is in order. This lineal Rico case was Rafi's money fight. OMG. Yeah, I've gone in deep. I've gone in rudely deep. It's rude. The depths to which I have traveled, it's rude. Okay. Khabib's hat. Okay. Where are we? Jack Johnson, 1908 to 1915. What's that? How many years is that? That's 7, 8, 9. What's that? 6, 7? Yeah. That's 7 years. 7-year reign. Okay. So, let me check, make sure everything is in order. Fury knocked out number 2 in the division. Well, if Fury knocked out number 2 in the division, what was Fury ranked then? Get back to me on that immediately, my good friend. If Fury knocked out number 2 in the division, then what was Fury ranked at the time? Get back to me, because I want to address this point before I move forward. It's very important. Very, very important. So get back to me immediately, my friend, because I want to address this point before I move on. Let me check in YouTube. Let me check in YouTube, see if you responded and I can't see it. No, Please respond, my friend, immediately. I need to deal with this point before I move on. Please respond immediately. I need to deal with that point before I move on, my friend. Please respond immediately. Okay, thank you. Right, so the response is probably 3 or joint second. Yeah, I can't remember what he was. I can't remember what he was, but how would Tyson Fury have been ranked above Deontay Wilder, though, before the second fight? Not that it makes a difference, but how do you see what I'm saying here? Do you see what I'm saying here? How would Fury have been ranked above Deontay Wilder before the second fight when he beat him? How would that be? Who did he beat? Who did he beat to have him ranked above Deontay Wilder? Anthony Joshua. Okay, Anthony Joshua lost the Ruiz fight. Fine. Who did he beat to have him ranked above Deontay Wilder and even the Dillian White? Who did he beat to be ranked above Dillian White? Forget about Wilder. Nobody. You see what I'm saying? I'm not getting at you, Ruben. I'm not getting at you. I'm just dealing with the point. I hope you understand that. I'm trying to illustrate the point. Fury can bang. Fury can bang. He can bang. I don't know. I don't know if he can bang at all. What? Wallin was a number 1 contender? Okay, so we have the reincarnation of Dixon's Vinegars. But I ain't got no time for your jokes right now, my friend. So you got to take a chill pill. No offense or anything, but I ain't got no time. I need to stay focused on this thing. So you, Dixon Vinegars, need to take a chill pill. So that's a little time out for you. We're doing serious business up in here. Facts, big facts. You want Lineal, open and shut case, slam dunk. Vladimir and Fury are guilty of slandering Lineal's name. I sent them to boxing purgatory. Well, Vladimir, you have to give. Yeah, Vladimir he was a tough for a long time, so you have to give him that. But Fury, he was not Lineal then. He was only Lineal for as long as it took us to find out about his transgressions. PED usage for the Hammer fight, cocaine usage for the Klitschko fight. Then he gets drug busted, so he gets his license stripped. He retires. He gets busted for roids and other substances, and his license is revoked. So his license is revoked. He retires. He gets busted for PEDs. That's 3 things. There's probably a 4th one. And he doesn't fight any top contenders for years while other people are out there in the battlefield fighting. So Fury was only a Lineal for weeks or a month until we found out. And he has not regained any form of lineage. Maybe you could say when he beat Fury, he became Lineal. We could say that, but then White was in the way, fighting more top 10 guys than he has fought in 5 years, and more legitimate top 10 guys than Deontay Wilder has fought. When I say legitimate, I'm talking about across the board top 10 guys. Dillian White's got more top 10 wins than either of those guys. Okay. Big Peter. Let's say hello and say goodbye to Big Peter, who is a Dixon Vinegars. Oh, sorry. I almost hammered Shiz Biz by accident. Let's say, actually, let's just bin him full stop. And let's just get him out of here. Full stop. Okay. So where are we now? Is this a new thing? What is this? Is the old thing or a new thing? Oh, okay. There was a pertinent point here. What the hell? Okay, let me make this smaller so I can see where the hell the pertinent point was. Oh, damn it. Okay, I can find it. I know how to find it. Get out of here. What was the question? Is Tyson Fury really the lineal heavyweight champion of the world? No. 9. Let me find the pertinent point, the reason I pulled this thing up. Oh, yeah. Okay, I can find it now. I know where we are. Well, let's get this. Let's reorganize this. Let me reorganize this and let me get this a big Uh-oh, did the wrong thing. Okay, so let's go into this thing and get this bigger. Some others reigned. Okay. The rankings are unimportant. Wilder ruled. Fury came. There's a load of crapola in this thing, but I think I found the pertinent. There it is, the pertinent section. Okay, let's make this thing bigger, and so you can see it. Okay, I think this should be good enough. Okay, so just checking back. Just checking back. Right, so, okay, so some others reigned as lineal king for less than a year, such as Hasim Rahman, Shannon Briggs, Michael Mora, Riddick Bowe, and James Buster Douglas in the past 2 decades. Others retired, Tunney, Louis, Marciano, or had their boxing license suspended. So new lineal champion had to be declared without him beating the predecessor. Okay, so that's the pertinent point. Others retired or had their boxing license suspended. Ali. So a new lineal championship then had to be declared without him beating the predecessor. Okay, let me check what's going on here. Let's check what's going on here. Okay, so the key and pertinent point there is that others retired or had their boxing license suspended. So retired, key points retired, boxing license suspended. So a new lineal champion then had to be declared without the new champion beating the old champion. And that, my friends, is exhibit. What exhibit is that? Exhibit A. So there we see a precedent. I know that Rummy Corner does his thing, but when I raise those points, that no, there is no precedent for a so-called lineal retiring after a drug ban, drug suspension, having his license withdrawn. There is no precedent for those key factors. There is no precedent for a lineal going out of the game with retiring with those 3 key factors: license with suspended, drug conviction, and retirement. All of those factors, there is no precedent for anyone maintaining or alleging that they are lineal with those 3 strikes against them. With those 3 strikes against them. There is no precedent for that, my friends. And so no precedent for that. So all of those things there rule Tyson Fury out as a lineal champion. No lineal at that stage. OMG. OMG. Yeah, so, and there's more. I mean, do I need to go further? Do I even need to go any further? Not really. Not really. But since they mentioned Muhammad Ali, the Muhammad Ali case is a very important one. And we're going to be looking at it. We're going to be looking at it. We're going to be looking at it now. Okay. So that was Exhibit E. And now we move into Exhibit F. Okay. So let's get into it. Exhibit F coming right up. Okay, so let's find Exhibit F. This has been hit all of the good buttons. Like if you like. If you are not subscribed but you enjoy the content, then hit that subscribe button. And the super chat button is there for your use. It's not every day you get this kind of level of examination and this level of evidence. Okay, so let's get into Exhibit F. Let's do this, shizzle. Where are we now? Where are we now? This is a big one. I hope I can find it. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's see how it's looking over there. Let's see how it's looking over there on your screen. Let me monitor this shiznix. Let me monitor this shiznix. Where are we? Where are we? Let me check this shizzle. Let me check this shizzle. Okay. Okay. Got it. All right. So, boom, boom, boom. Well, you've just heard the damn evidence, my good friend James. You've heard the evidence. And the key word in that thing that you just typed there, my friend, even though you're my friend, I got to call it like I see it. The term is simple. Yeah, if you want to keep it simple, then yeah, he's the lineal. But when you look at the details, then he most certainly is not, or was not. He was not. Can you argue that he was two? It was 2 against 3. No, you can't. Well, against the Wilder fight just now. No, you can't. You can't argue that. And I'll tell you why you can't argue that, because he wasn't 2. He wasn't 2. He quite clearly and quite obviously wasn't number 2, was he? What had he done to be number 2? He was not number 2. So even the second time around, first time around, he was lineal for a very short period. This time around, hell to the no, no. Okay. OMG. OMG. You best share this, folks. You best share this shizzle. You best share it far and wide, because I've gone through the trouble of preparing this fair. Fury has the best case for lineal till he gets beat. The best case, I think I've presented you with the evidence to say that kid ain't no lineal. Kid ain't no lineal. First time around, he was lineal for what? as long as it took us to find out that all of the violations, then he ain't lineal, plus he retired. He got his license suspended. He was found to be a drug cheat. Those three factors. Never in the history of linealship has any fighter been considered lineal with those three factors. Three factors. Let's say you can still be lineal after you're retired. Yeah, not when you're retired. Okay, fine. You've had your license revoked, suspended, taken away. We're going to get to that one now. Specific case now with Muhammad Ali and being found to be a drug cheat. Never in the history of linealship has those three factors been involved with somebody calling themselves lineal. No, there is no precedent for a lineal having those three strikes against them. Three. But don't get me wrong, Ruben. Don't get me wrong. That I do appreciate your opinion and your contribution. Absolutely. Totally. Okay. Tyson is lineal fraud as well as I ain't gonna say Vladimir because he was up there at the top for like years. But certainly, sorry, Tyson. Sorry. I hope to interview you one day. I hope you're not gonna hold it against me. But you know, I'm sure. I hope you appreciate the truth. And all I have spit today is truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Well, I've spit the evidence. You've seen the evidence. Everybody's seen the evidence. I don't want to make this thing too long. I don't want to make this thing too long because I want it to be digestible. Okay. Just, you know, I'm in killing mode. So why don't we just kill Exhibit F? Let's go into Exhibit F. Am I there? Am I there? Am I there? I am there. I am totally there. Okay, what's going on here? Let me check, make sure everything is in order. Okay. So everything is in order, and let's Raphael, the new book, 48 Laws of Lineal. OMG. Okay, so this might be the last exhibit. It may or it may not be. I don't know. I've got more receipts. You know, I like to come with receipts. But anyway, let's get into this. This is thorough and comprehensive, well-researched, and I hope the delivery was good. This is par excellence, even if I say so myself. So it's good to know that you guys appreciate it 100%. Okay, so let's look at this case here. Let's look at this case here. I brought it up for a reason. Let me just check to make sure everything is in order. Okay, right. So, okay. Right, so Muhammad Ali was barred from fighting in April. Can you see this? Yeah, I think you can. Barred from fighting in April 28th. Hold on. Let's do this properly. Okay, so Muhammad Ali was barred from fighting from April the 28th, 1967 to August the 11th, 1970. His last fight before his exile was March the 15th, 1967. And his next fight was August the 26th, 1970. Okay, so Muhammad Ali was previously being ruled ineligible. Hold on, what's the point here? What's the point? No, there's a particular key sentence. Okay, so Muhammad Ali had been previously ruled ineligible for the draft due to failing basic induction tests. Okay, now I'll address this while we're here. Some people said Muhammad Ali wasn't that bright. He wasn't that smart because he failed his army induction test. Or do you think he failed that by accident? Do you think he was trying his best, or do you think he wanted to fail it because he didn't want to be in the army? He didn't want to go over and fight the Vietnamese people. Yeah? So please, that's ridiculous. Okay. Muhammad Ali showed a high level of intelligence during his lifetime. Anybody who doubts that is a raving imbecile. Okay, so the Army changed its standards in order to draft him. And on April 28th, 1967, Muhammad Ali appeared in Houston for his scheduled induction into the U.S. Armed Forces. Probably wondering why Rafi's reading this, but it will become very evident in a matter of seconds. Okay, so, but Ali declined 3 times to step forward when his name was called. A military officer warned him that he was committing a felony, which was punishable by 5 years in prison and a fine of $10,000. It's probably like $50,000 in today's money. I don't know. Okay, so once more, Ali refused to budge when his name was called, and he was arrested. Okay, so later on the same day, New York Athletic Commission suspended his boxing license and stripped him of his title. I'm not laughing at what I just read. I'm laughing at something in the chat. Very funny. Other boxing commissions followed suit. Ali remained unable to obtain a license to box in any state for over 3 years. Okay, and the pertinence of that point. The pertinence of that point was that Ali, where is it? I think I must have missed something. The pertinence of this point was that Ali was taken out of, Ali was not considered lineal. OMG, that's the key point, and I got a receipt for that too. That might be my last receipt. Ali was not considered eligible. Ali was considered no more lineal. He was no longer the lineal when his license was taken, when he stripped of his license and he retired. Okay, so the man was stripped of his license and retired and was no longer considered lineal. How do I know that he was no longer considered lineal? Because we can go to the dates of when he was considered lineal, and this period was not one of them. OMG. I've just seen that last comment. I'm going to get to it in a second. It's funny, but you know, have you met my butler? Have you met my butler? The crush force can turn a man's Adam's apple into mashed potato. So the lead is firmly secure on the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio HQ. Okay, so I reiterate, and I think I've got a receipt directly relating to this. When Muhammad Ali had his boxing license suspended and forced into retirement, he was considered no longer lineal. Okay, so what's that? That's Exhibit F. Retired, boxing license stripped. You are no longer lineal. F, no longer lineal. That is hardcore. No longer lineal. Boom, boom, boom. That was a killer one. So let me come out of that. Make this smaller. Yeah. All I can say to that is meat. All I can say to that is meet my friend. Say hello to, where is he? Where's my friend? Where is my friend? Where is he gone? Where's my friend gone? Oh, there he is. Why wasn't that showing up? Well, I can say to that, anybody trying to come and take the lead off the roof of the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio, all I can say to them is say hello. Say hello to my little friend. Yeah? The crush force per square inch. The crush force of per square inch is sufficient to turn a man's Adam's apple. Turn a man's Adam's apple into mashed potato. Swallow your own Adam's apple and think you're eating mashed potato. OMG. OMG. Okay, so okay. So I think it's been conclusive. It is conclusive. This is a conclusive piece. But is there one more? Is there one more piece to the jigsaw puzzle? Is there one more piece to the jigsaw puzzle? Is there? OMG. OMG. Yo, the only magic going on around here is the black magic that Raphael departs or gives, shares. Yeah. I don't know about any other kind of magic than black magic. OMG. OMG. Okay. I'm sharing this, but I got to make sure that you can see it. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Can you even see that? Probably not. Let me make it bigger for y'all. Let me make it bigger for y'all. Where are we? Where are we? Okay, so, no. Let me make it bigger still. This, ladies and gentlemen, this is a killer. This right here is a killer. This right here is a killer. Okay, so I'm talking about Lineal retiring and this and that and the other. Well, I put it to you that Muhammad Ali is the only 3-time Lineal heavyweight boxing champion. He beat Sonny Liston in 64, George Foreman in 74, 64, 74, and Leon Spinks in 78. Okay. So you're saying, well, what happened? What happened? What? Yeah. So what this says is that when he was retired and had his license stripped, he was no longer Lineal. No longer Lineal. There you go. These are the times of his dates of Lineal. 1964, Sonny Liston came back to be Lineal in 74. So 64 Liston, 74 Foreman, and 78 Leon Spinks. So there you have it. Is there anything else I want to share? Yeah, there was something I wanted to show you. There's something I wanted to show you. Let me drop that down, rearrange the thing, and stop sharing that and start sharing this. What was that? That was exhibit G. Now we're going to exhibit. Well, I don't know if this one's an exhibit, but anyway, that was G. Okay. So what are we sharing now? What are we sharing now? Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Let me see what you're seeing. Oh, damn. Okay. We know the solution for that. Boom. And drop that down like so. It's all over. The case is proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. Okay, so 67 is when hold on. 67 was when his last fight, Muhammad Ali's last fight before he was banned and blocked from the game for 3 years. 67. No, that's not that one. That's this 60s. This one here. It's Zora Foley in March of 1967. Okay, and he was banned. Then he came back to Jerry Quarry. He was banned for 3 years. Now, was he Lineal during those 3 years? 9. Yeah, he was out of it. Wasn't considered Lineal at all. 1967. As a matter of fact, rat-tat-tat-tat. Let me see if I can do something. Let me go through my receipts. Let me go through my receipts and find a nice little cherry. It's just a cherry. It's just a cherry. Later that same day. Oh, damn. Did I even share this? Did I even share this? Hold on. Let's stop sharing that and start sharing this. This is important. This is very important. We're coming to the close. Coming to the point where I've given you all of my, where's that cue? Where's the other cue? Coming to the point where I've given you all of my exhibits. Where's that cue? Boom. Is that it? Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Pretty sure I've read this. But yeah. Once more, I refuse to budge. Later that same day, the New York State Athletic Commission suspended his boxing license and stripped him of his title. Other boxing commissions followed suit. Ali remained unable to obtain a license to box in any state over 3 years. I feel right to check. So, yeah, you retired. You've had your license taken away from you. You've been busted. That's enough. You retired and had your license. If you retire and you've had your license stripped, that's enough. That's enough. It doesn't matter if your license was stripped retroactively or you were proven guilty or you had pleaded guilty to PED use and drug use retrospectively. It don't matter. Once you've retired and had your license stripped, boom, you ain't no Lineal. Add to that license stripped, mind you, stripped. Add to that the fact that you've been found guilty of PED use, drug use. There is no other person claiming that they were Lineal while they're retired with those 3 strikes against them. Proven drug use. You've had your license stripped. Those 2 factors on top of the retirement. Sorry. No way, Jose. The case is closed. The case is closed. Where are we? Let's sort this picture out. Let's sort this thing out. And is there any other evidence that I need to present before the court? Is there any other evidence that I need to present before the court? Is there anything missing? Is there anything lacking? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think you've had what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhibit H. 8. I presented the court with 8 exhibits. And perhaps the most killer of exhibits was the first one that I presented to the court. What was the first one? What the hell was the first one? Do I need to go back on the first one? Oh, I think it's right there. But do I go through it again, or do I let people go back to the beginning of this thing and see for themselves? I think that's what we'll do. Let people go back to the beginning and see for themselves. Exhibit A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I think it's a clear case. I think it's a clear case of Tyson Fury has been found guilty of lineal fraud and impersonating a lineal champion. And I think that's facts. That is facts. So if you've enjoyed the show, you know what to do. Hit all of the good buttons. Hit all of the good buttons. I think the case is closed. And you know who it is. You know what it is. You know where it is. It's the Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the like. It's the subscribe. It's the comments. It's the shares. And it is the hitting that bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. And don't forget about the live show. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. And don't forget to forget whatever I just forgot. Mr. Raphael Dawkins is the Combat Radio, and I'm out.